I'm ready if you're ready. I'm ready.
Good.
Ready when you are.
Just
In
need the
5, 4, 3.
Tricks, you know what I'm talking about? That lettuce, that lettuce. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. That lettuce, that lettuce, focused all on the check, yeah, all I want is lettuce, yeah, just give me the lettuce, yeah, just give me the lettuce.
Let us heads. We are back with another episode of Please Let Us Golf, the podcast. Tonight, you got Goldie, you got Adam, you got Mr. Golfberg holding down live from the PNW. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Howdy.
How's it going, world?
we are fired up because why are we so fired up? Coming in with lightning energy right out of the gates. Tonight we got a pretty fun little agenda. I don't want to downplay it. I think we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna talk about, Adam, you're teeing up some winners and some losers from the PGA showcase from this week in Orlando, right? So you did send Mr. Golfberg and I a couple links so we could pull them up simultaneously as we go through the pod, but we don't know what they are. So I'm very curious of what Mr. Adams' version of what good is and what bad is in the world of golf. So we're going to get there, but we got a couple things. What's up?
My only comments, I thought that was the surprise content of the week.
Well, that is the surprise content of the week, but we don't know what the content is.
Oh, I thought the viewer needed to be surprised.
They're going to be surprised at what the items are.
Okay. That works.
That's the surprise. You know, everyone's going to be waiting for
it. The details.
Okay. But we got a couple other agenda items we got to get through. So, on the personal side, you know, down here in the rural Southeast where Adam and I are, you're a Midwesterner by heart, Mr. Golfberg. You're up in the PNW. We haven't got snow accumulation in 12 years. This last week, we pulled a 6 spot. We had the ruler out in the backyard. Depending on where you were, we're 5.5 to 7 inches snow on the ground. Kids have never seen snow. We're going batshit. I'm hitting floppers out there. I might have a little short that I made with that. Wife did a little camera work for me. Adam, did we survive Snowmageddon down here in the rural Southeast?
We did. Look, I saw this thing coming like all along. So I went to the grocery store like 3 days before it hit. I knew it was coming. Look, you know that the bread, the eggs, the milk, it's all going to be gone. So you got to go.
How many Uncrustables do you buy?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
How many boxes of Uncrustables?
You know, I was afraid that the freezer was going to go out. You know, power was going to go out and then they would just melt.
No, you just get that's an own goal there because that's your favorite. Then they just defrost to a perfect temp for you. You just true. He got you in he checkmated you really hard there.
He put me in a pretzel for sure.
Oh yeah, and you know it's funny. This gave me Bandon flashbacks. I had the 3 different weather apps going. I'm refreshing, and I'm like trying to get it to where I said when I get all 3 of them with a % confidence over this one I'm going to prepare. Like that's what I did. I got on Prime. I ordered gloves. No one in our family had gloves. I was like, my kids they're gonna die out there if they don't have gloves making snowballs. Literally, my kids didn't know snow was cold. I mean, that's how dumb these kids are nowadays. But we persevered.
You picked up on that Bandon nostalgia, though. It wasn't so long ago this time of year. We'd be just a few weeks away from shoving off, and oh man, I know. I'm itching to go back.
We're just well, that's only that accumulation total isn't that much. So even though there's a rain emoji there, it's not going to be that much. So yeah, it's definitely similar vibes. But yeah, Mr. Golfberg, you sent us a little JPEG today. You're out there smashing the mini burner, but you had some looking like snow or ice on a couple greens at the country club.
But that's fine because usually winter golf in the PNW means wet, sloppy golf. You hit drives in the middle of the fairway and you can't find it. Like literally just can't find them. They get buried. But the last 10 days, there's been no rain, insane amount of sun, but it's been really cold. So the course is like frozen. So now you're hitting drives, everything's staying above ground, which is great, but they're bouncing off the green like concrete. It's kind of hilarious. So you just have to, go with the flow, obviously.
That picture you sent of that green, it was literally it had like frost or snow on it. I mean, they just
It was
don't,
ice. Yeah,
they don't
it
do
was
anything.
ice.
They just let you play with ice on
That
the
just
green.
happened. Yeah, I don't. There aren't that many people out there at this time.
We
of year
probably
either.
got, we probably totally got Aaron in trouble. Like, yeah, you're just not supposed to be out there, but he's like just flopping it into the middle of the ice cream.
No,
but
I tell you, I did notice something because I've been out there recently when it's been wet and soggy, and I'm hitting good drives, but you lose them, and even though you know you hit them good, it fucks with your head. Because you walk away, it's like the hole doesn't feel right. You know, it's like maybe it didn't actually go there. Maybe it went in the trees, and I'm lying to myself. So felt really good to get out there today and see all these drives just down the middle. I'm ready to go. When am I
Going
seeing you guys again?
down the fairway. Well,
Hell yeah.
good, man. Well, I'm glad. You know, that just in general, though, you know, after our pod last week, we had JP the Caddy. He's given us play-by-play of going on Corn Ferry Tour, competing for a W. And it just hit me. This is my longest hiatus of not playing golf in 2 years. Just life meets weather, meets work, meets weather, meets life. Kids getting the flu. I was like, I'm jonesing for the first time in a while. I think it was good. I needed a little breather, but now I'm like, let's go. It was warm again today.
It's been like 5 days.
No, it's been like multiple weeks. It's been a month, man, a month plus of real on course golf, and I need it.
Month's healthy, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
My homeboys in Michigan, they have to literally hibernate. It's like 5 months, and you got to start de-thawing in March. And
I don't get it. I just couldn't do it. I don't know. It's my year-round drug. But and like, you know, I was going to segue right there. So everyone just keep that thought of, we want to get back into some quick reattack on caddies. But before we went live, we cut Adam off because he said, guys, we got a new member of the family. And I said, I didn't know you were expecting. He's got a new cat. Okay, he got a new cat. So what's his name? Name was Mulligan. And we're like, oh, that's cute. How'd you come up with that? And then you started a story. You got 10 seconds in. We cut you off. We said, no, we want to hear this live for the first time. So, Adam, tell us about Mulligan. How did he get there? What's going on with Catgate in the the Adam household?
Yeah, so Mulligan, he's the do-over, okay? And what happened is about 2 weeks ago, we got a tiny little kitten. His name was Homer.
Okay.
And
Odyssey.
3 days after getting him, he died. Got pneumonia.
Damn.
You know, I say got pneumonia. I think he had pneumonia when we bought him.
So
honestly, we should never even been able to buy this cat.
He's so cute with his droopy eyes.
You hear he just sneezes on you?
Yeah, man.
He just won't even get off my lap. He just kind of lays there. It's so easy.
The kids he's great with the kids.
Yeah. So let me ask you to your 6 and 4-year-old about their dead kitten.
That's good stuff for them.
Outside of, let's be clear, we're animal lovers on this podcast, so we don't want to be
but cats aren't.
Cats are on the low spot tier of that. But at what point of you guys bringing Homer home were you like, he doesn't seem to be feeling well?
Probably 24 hours in, we're like, yeah, he's sick. And Lindsay, actually, my wife, she took him to the ER because he was like having serious trouble breathing. And so we got him. Yes.
Right.
We got him on antibiotics. We thought, you know, that was gonna turn around.
You had to get them on that ivermectin, dude.
No.
Great. Now this podcast is gonna get shadow banned because I said one word.
But what a great friggin' name on the second cat.
So
props on that.
So Homer, so he didn't make it, and then the family, I'm assuming the kids are upset. I'm sure you guys don't love it. That's kind of sad.
We don't have to dwell on that part.
I'm not the biggest cat person in the world. It's really the kids and the wife.
Right?
The kids and the wife really wanted a cat, and I'm like, look, if y'all want one, go for it. And after, you know, what happened to Homer, the wife was like, we got to get another one. Like, she was like,
Jones, haven't you learned your lesson?
Yeah.
You want to put them through this again?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mulligan.
Here's the
so
problem
then
with cats. Here's the problem with cats. They either die within 3 days or 35 years.
Not a
So
lot
you're
in
going to know
between.
Mulligan's going to outlive you, Adam, just for the record. That's the
So
problem with cats.
I
So you
mean,
guys you guys gave, respected Homer, gave him a week, and then you went on and procured Mulligan. Did you have to explain to the kids why the cat's name was Mulligan? I'm assuming they didn't know
no,
but
no,
they just
they
liked
had,
it.
yeah. I mean, I came up with it obviously, and
Because they're so young, they probably think that's its name. Like it was just born. Like, yeah, his parents
right.
named him
Well,
Mulligan.
well, its name at the shelter was Cobalt, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Cobalt wasn't gonna work for me.
Way too hard for an indoor
Yeah.
cat.
The wife loved Mulligan. Everybody loved Mulligan, so I mean,
Dang.
it was easy.
Well, Mulligan, welcome to the family.
Welcome. We're
Great.
back,
Mulligan.
baby.
Ooh, well, let me hit the reverse button here after we get off of unfortunate passing of animals, new animals coming into the family. Mr. Golfberg, you wanted to do a little reattack on Caddy. So we mentioned last week we had JP the Caddy, Corn Ferry Tour, kind of did both sides of the spectrum, did the amateur talk. We talk funny personal stories. We've been hard on caddies, but then we had the other half of the equation, which was like serious high level professional golf talk. We had a lot of caddies coming into the chat, right? When we posted a couple clips of JP, a lot of Corn Ferry Tour guys, a couple PGA guys, a couple decade golf guys getting in the comments, which is good for us, but also interesting because we respect what you're doing and your takes on this as well. But where are we at now with caddies?
It's good for them. Caddies are at the forefront of the intellectual golf conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the greatest minds in the games are reviewing what is the caddy? What does it mean? What's it
Golfberg,
all about?
you're gonna love one of the products that I found at the PGA Show.
Okay, good teaser.
It's gonna replace caddies.
Oh,
Damn,
God.
dude. Can't wait to dig into that. So we definitely, JP is awesome. Had a great time talking to him, learned a hell of a lot. And just to get that insider info on like a critical hole too, and the decision making was super high level and interesting. But we spent some time talking about the resort caddy dilemma. He didn't have much to say in their defense. But one of the things that we had kind of a point we had gotten to while we were talking is that, yeah, these resort caddies, it's not like they're your personal caddy. They're like the course shepherd, right? They're just supposed to know about the course and then make sure you're having an okay time there. But the irony of that is he admitted that like 80% plus of these guys don't know the course. They don't play it enough. They don't even loop it enough. They don't really golf enough. So it's like, it really is just literally babysitting. And for the people who just need someone to hold their stuff and clean their club and all the shit that we just don't care about and don't value and think is bullshit. So I think it did both things. It made me respect the tour caddy game more. And it made me feel more validated about our point of view on this resort caddy situation, this caddy scam.
Yeah. No, good. Concur. It did hit home of just saying like, yeah, like this simple Spark Notes version is your expectation of a caddy is perverted by what you think a caddy is for a tour player or whatever level, but that's not what the point of a caddy is at one of these public access resort courses. It's just to shepherd you along. Maybe if you get a 20-year caddy, you strike gold with knowing the greens, but for the most part, that's not their intention. They're just there to get you around. So yeah,
No,
it's almost like these resort caddies. It's almost like an insult for like the guys like JP or who are like, I mean, listen to him talk about his process and like what all he does. It's like to call these resort guys like caddies when they show up and they're clubbing these guys and it's like they're trying to make jokes. It's not the same thing. They're not caddies really.
Well, that's and in their defense, I think that's kind of what JP was saying is like you just have to change the definition, right? Like they're there they're in the service industry. I like how they are in the service industry first and foremost, and they are
chaperones.
Sue caddies, like the sous chef.
Yeah, they're there to.
They do need another name for them.
And
line
a part of
cooks.
it is a part of it is us too. We talk about like, oh, we're so cool, we're the funniest, we're so laid back, but also there's a part of
I
it
don't say
that
that.
yeah, I say that. That's what I justify it as. But there seems to be a pretty strong correlation to like group of guys going out there, 8 to 15 handicappers. They just want feel like they have a caddy. They, get the caddy's the out when they miss a putt, but they're the in the aggregate, the caddy might benefit them. But they're going through a different calculus. Like we're going through like, okay, I want this particular number and this it's just not, it's not practical. So I would cop up to me, but it got me to a point where it's like 98% of places I don't even need to consider a caddy because I'm not going to get any benefit from it. The 3 blind shots I can pull up on my phone on an app. Greens, I can read them better than they can read them. So it's like, what's the point?
Except
We're there, dude.
Yeah, because that's one of the rare exceptions, right? Like where you need like a caddy, like 4 caddies for that one particular round.
But hey, we don't know everything either, so we want to hear more about it. We want to hear more stories. We want to hear some really good resort caddies explain why it is all worth it.
Well, cool. Yeah, I had about 1 million questions when we got done though, so it'll be fun to have JP back and maybe a couple others out there. You want to come hop on, tell us we were right, wrong, some more insight? That'd be great. Speaking of great, guys, we don't have to do a deep dive into Torrey Pines. Harris English won. Harris, Georgia boy. My wife's from his hometown. So, we're always riding for Harris. Glad to see him back. He's battling a bone spur, they said. So hate to see that. Torrey, once again, it's appropriate scoring. We're talking 6, 7, 8 under. Top 10ing is even, 1 under par. It's just, man, we've seen it so much. You don't need to see it that often. And really, the story is, guys, we're going back to Torrey Pines in 3 fucking weeks. Sorry, I'm trying not to say the F word so much. We're not insensitive. We have Mr. Golfberg and I, we have significantly close family members. That's a weird way of putting it. Very close family members in the LA area. They've been impacted by the fires. We get it. Like they obviously should have moved the event, but it's like out of any place you could have chosen to move it. This is the personification of what is wrong with the PGA Tour. What was the easy? Well, the grandstands will already be up. We'll leave the TV crews already there. Oh, it can accommodate what is needed for the sponsors. Well, guess what, guys? Fuck the sponsors. We don't care. Like it's got to be a great TV product. You had an opportunity to do something unique. You had an opportunity to capture some attention early in the season as Liv is doing these interesting things. And what do? You go back to Torrey to go pull another 250,000 person rating on a weekend. It's just like,
Agreed.
Where do you think they should have went?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. And they should have thought of this, so shame on them. But why on earth did we not have Riviera on the sim in Florida? Get all of them down there. 100 golfers, you could take all night, right? Like, you can run that thing 24/7. So you just have these you come in at 8 p.m., you're going to be here till 10, come back at 2, whatever the rotation is. But we can play the real course. We can test out that insane tech, put it to the real test, prove that this TGL thing is legit, right? Get some real excitement out there. I mean, damn, that could have blown that whole thing up. But these guys,
Tiger doesn't have to drive over a cliff.
And it's funny, as asinine as everything you just said is. Imagine if they did it. Imagine if they did it. They streamed it live for like 4 days straight because these guys play in the morning, afternoon. It would be
like 24 out. Right. Go ahead, sir.
All proceeds go to the fire relief. It'd be insane, dude. Like it'd be I would watch it much more than I'd watch Torrey Pines again.
You just have 24-hour live betting. Just be going off in Asia, middle of the night.
They need it. They kind of need an anarchist running the PGA Tour, like somebody that'd be willing to just guys like what's the risk that it like doesn't work? versus Tory, where no one's going to watch it anyways. I just don't. Man, I'm not just trying to do every week like beat up the PGA Tour, but as somebody who consumed, man, I watched more professional golf than any human I know the last decade. I can't even do it anymore. Like it's. I'm looking at this leaderboard. They're like manufacturing how great this is. And it's just like, it makes me sad. Like, it just makes me think like professional golf outside of 4 or 5 weeks a year is it's never coming back.
I'm walking off the side of the cliff with you.
Homer said, fuck it. Once Homer heard the news, he said, I can't do this again.
Are you talking about the
did.
Iliad and the Odyssey or that friggin' cat again?
The cat.
Shit.
That you know what, Tory had some great like conditions on in the final round, but outside of Harris English, I mean, there was guys like I've never even heard of before.
Yeah.
Like on like within the top 5 of the leaderboard.
This isn't even a joke. When we were watching some of the Corn Ferry Tour event, that when JP was coming down the stretch, in the top like 7, I like knew 2 or 3 of the players. And in the PGA Tour event at Tory, outside of Harris English, top 5 or 6, I only knew Harris English. And it's just wild what's going on. And yeah, again, and I don't actually hate Torrey Pines. I actually think it's fine to see as a professional stop. But the fact that it's going there every year, it's majors, and now we're going right back to it. I just don't get it, man. Like, it's an unserious league. It almost just seems like we're in like a cash liquidation type of situation here, where they're just like, yeah, that's the easiest thing. Let's cut our losses and just do it at Torrey.
I mean, Tory sucks, but also I think just the bigger issue is just the non-signature events are terrible. They're literally KFT Tour events.
Yeah,
they're unwatchable. I don't even know why they're on TV. How are you selling like to these sponsors that you're going to have Harris English and a bunch of like no name people that like nobody cares about?
And I think that they're screwed now though, because of their shitty TV deals. They have to do a broadcast as if it is a signature event, and there's like nothing behind it. You know what I mean? So it'd almost just be better suited if these were very small TV windows, and yeah, like throw stuff on YouTube for the sickos that want to watch, you know, Sunday morning coverage, you know, I just or Saturday morning coverage this week. I don't think, and then treat your signature events completely different. Maybe that would be their counter of like, oh, when we get to the meat of these signature events, it's like, dude, see how many guys were withdrawing last week too? It's just like, man, this sucks.
Too much money in the game.
I also don't understand how you get into the signature events. Maybe that's a me problem, but you would think.
Okay, great reminder. Sorry. No, so my mom's in town. Okay, my mom's trying to connect with me. She's like commenting on the golf as we're going through. But the event got over. Swear to God, I text you guys. She goes, "Oh, but they don't get FedEx Cup points for this win anymore, right?" And it hit me, and I said, I have no idea what the rules of any of this are. Like, my mom stumped me. And I was like, no, I think they do, but it's like a smaller amount because it's not a signature event. But then I was like, well, maybe they don't. I have no idea what's going on. And again, guys, I cover it now. Like, it is not a good scene. But,
it's the PGA is so uninteresting. It's hard to talk about.
It is. I mean, it's a sad time.
I was just surprised she knew what the FedEx was. That's impressive.
No.
That's good branding on their part.
Yeah,
they
just been around long enough.
They have got.
It's weird how long that's been around.
They've got to simplify it some way, shape, or form, because it is just, you cannot get invested in the non-signature events if you don't even understand how these guys can get into the signature events. And not to say that if you explain it better or you understand that that's going to bring in a whole nother crowd, but at least it makes it somewhat interesting. Like, I don't know. I mean,
I don't want to derail into an hour of this, but I know this is a simple statement and it's more complicated, but the answer is there is a signature series and everything else are just qualifiers for the real events. And you only do the major broadcasts for the big events. And I get it. how all these PGA Tour assholes line their pockets is a volume-based model. Well, guess what? That model's dead. Doesn't exist anymore. You don't get to sell 50 full corporate packages anymore. You're going to sell your 14 or whatever it's going to be. And everything else is just smaller scale, smaller footprint, but higher ROI for what you're putting in events. And like, it's manageable. But
I like it. Niche events. If you can get 30 cool golfers on a decent course, that can be something off season. Majors are all that matter anyway. The majors plus maybe 4 other events.
Yeah.
So I like it.
So we a lot of PGA discourse going right into live. Big announcement. Rick Shields, the OG of YouTube golf content creation, is officially a live ambassador. He's talking, he's going to do a break 75. He had the cheesy announcement video with Rom's jacket. I'll be honest, guys, like, I really don't care at all about this one way or another, but I do think it's significant in the space.
What are we speculating on how much he got paid for this?
Millions.
Could it be obnoxious? Like,
millions.
It could be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Because his brand value is pretty huge, especially since they're trying to be global, and he's way bigger even outside of the United States than he is stateside. I think it's big. I also think, it's just funny. Like, the PGA Tour announces a creator council and we got 10 people and all this, and it's frivolous and that, but they're like, no, we got a guy, we got the biggest name on YouTube, and he's going to be like, maybe not the sole creator, but he's actually employed by, like, they're going all in on it, as opposed to a passive, retweet my scoreboard update from your page kind of thing. So I respect it. I think
he just got hired for the best job on earth. That's what it sounded like from his promo. Man, I've never felt more jealous. And I'm also going to fly around the earth playing the most amazing courses, seeing how good I shoot. It's like, God damn it. But that's it. You're right. He's insanely popular, and it's like, and he's not on, they know what they're doing. Like with Bryson, obviously they're lucky he's on live, but like I've been saying, he's the needle. He's the only creator that really matters. But Rick Shields is insanely popular and huge internationally. So yeah, good on them. It's a really smart move, I think.
Adam, you seem upset.
I am. I mean, it's depressing on like multiple levels. I guess like this is like Liv's reaction to, the PGA Tour with the Creator Council and kind of teaming up with all the content creators. That's what it seems like to me. And I guess my initial reaction to it was like, I'm just like depressed because I feel like the PGA Tour and Liv are like nowhere close to even like coming together with a deal like this. That's what this feels like, right? I mean, if Liv's still going out and like signing guys, or
this is like as big as John Rahm last year.
I mean,
it's around the same time, isn't it?
Kind of is. I mean,
yeah,
but like they're still trying
to
do things to improve their product, and so it's like they're still in competition. It's like I thought we were. Everyone keeps saying they're close, but
no,
this just feels like no, they're not close at all.
Well, the only thing is, even saying they're close, the most recent reports are it's still going to be close, but they're going to coexist to where Liv is, and that is like, I know, whatever. Okay, so it's just I don't know, man. I don't see any positive things happening.
Well, maybe it turns into like an East Coast West Coast thing. That could
just
be
that
fun.
Rivalry.
Liv versus
PGA.
PGA.
and they'll probably agree to a Ryder Cup style event, and that'll be huge for the first time or two you do it. But it is interesting though that Liv has not announced any more major signings of professional golfers, because I would think if you're maybe not a top few, but if you're like a 4th to 15th guy on the PGA Tour right now, you kind of do have to be like, wait, what am I doing over here? Because
unless you're looking at Harris English win and going, man, maybe now's the time to grab a PGA Tour victory.
It is, but then it's just like I said, this whole thing's a massive asterisk for the last 2 years.
But it's not.
I'm pretty sure Xander on New York Golf Club and the TGL is like thinking to himself, like, hold on, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Any
I
weird
could just go to
correlation with the
live.
amount of guys that played
Yeah.
TGL that have had withdrawals for like injuries and illness? Like, I don't think that is.
Oh,
Watch
great
this
point.
space.
Because
Because they're hitting
I
off of
am
these artificial surfaces under that. They're traveling back and forth extra time across the country to make, I don't know.
it's the hardest I've ever seen Tiger Woods swing. I actually wrote that down on the last event he was on. And that's what happens when you're indoors. You start chasing distance because that's how they've set up this event. All that matters is driving to put yourself in position. Yeah, swinging way too hard. That dude's gonna injure himself.
And the sim is juiced.
The sim is
Well,
juice.
It's juiced, man.
But we've had Xander hurt. We've had Max hurt a little bit.
Mhm.
Ludwig was sick this week. I mean, I know you can get sick
Scotty?
anytime. Scotty, he didn't even join the league because he was going to slice his hand open. But all right, guys. Anything else on the golf recap of the week before we get to the piece de resistance? Adam bringing us with insert child, please. Child, please.
Child, please.
Yeah,
I'm not going anywhere.
Adam, you're going to walk us through the PGA show from down at Orlando this week. They've been doing it for decades now. I pop in there and I'll look at a couple items. What'd we find? Give us the overview. What is this thing? What'd you find as the winners, losers? And I'm gonna try to shepherd through as you call out an item. I got some links and I'll push them live and I'll just be scrolling through as you're narrating what the hell we're looking at.
Yes, so I was deep in the 2025 PGA show. This is where, kind of the new up and coming golf products get displayed. You kind of see what's coming down the pipe, some of the new technology.
You think we're getting a booth next year?
We should. I don't know.
With our proprietary ranking tool technology?
Oh yeah.
That's a good point. I was wondering what we were gonna, be displaying, but
we're just gonna send you down there. We're gonna ask for a hot desk, just you with a laptop and all the tables open, and be like, "Yeah, we haven't really made an interface yet, but dude, just name a course, bro. We'll rank it right here on the spot." Sorry.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with a company. It's called Upswing Golf.
Okay.
And this one kind of hits close to home, and I'm sure it will for you guys too. So I've got two young kids, 6 and 4, both boys.
I'm gonna get to a cool. You keep going. There we go. That's pretty cool.
You guys got 2 kids as well, and I'm sure they're gonna get into golf at some point. And what's kind of cool about this company is, kids they grow so fast, right? I mean, you get them a set of clubs, and before you know it, a year or two, and you're buying new clubs. Well, I found this company kind of interesting because they've got sets depending on how tall your child is, and you can buy a set, but you can also get a growth set of shafts where you can change out the shafts as they grow. So you keep the same club heads, but you're changing out the shafts as they get older, as they get taller. And it's kind of supposed to, be a little bit easier on the pocket. I mean, the clubs they're expensive, but they look very high quality to me.
And then you're just buying new shafts every couple of years.
Yeah, it looks like they have a set junior.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Sorry.
Yeah, they have a set junior, JV, and varsity piece set. So for the listening audience, I got it pulled up right now as Adam's narrating. So Adam, what you're saying is technically if you got a junior, you could start at this 389 set, comes with a bag, 4 clubs. But as they grow, you can add clubs and even the clubs you have, like the driver, you don't have to buy a whole new driver. You can just get the shaft.
Right. So I know this is terrible for a podcast, but if you go to the products tab.
Okay. We are, we are clicking the products tab.
And click on growth kits. Just highlight over it.
Growth kits.
Highlight over the word
there it
products.
is.
Oh, nice. The growth kit.
Look how expensive that is, though. Interesting, though.
So yeah, so
They always
basically-
get you on the shafts.
So I guess the difference for this, it's like it's a junior set that kind of has modern technology to where most junior sets are just like cast. I don't know the proper term, but they're just a club head glued, locked in there. It just is what it is. This one, you actually removable shafts, maybe some lie angle changes. Your 7-year-old just pulling a little, got to open that face a little for them. The branding's pretty cool. It's kind of a black on black here.
And we're probably making it seem a little bit like, I think there's like some serious technology going on with, I was reading they've got like some sort of proprietary swing weight that adjusts based on like what shaft you put in it. So,
dude,
I don't know.
460cc driver comprised of 6-4 titanium with CNC hosel to accept proprietary upswing shaft adapter, capital comes with universal torque 25 hex wrench for easy adjustability. No, it just looks like a junior set, but like taken seriously.
Right. Well, and like, I'm trying to think of like how expensive just like a typical junior set is. And if like you keep buying those year after year after year,
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, if you buy a set from when they're 6 years old till, I don't know, 12, 13, like.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a money pit. Yeah, it's when they hit those growth spurts. So, cool. All right. Anything else on what was the Upswing Golf? Go check out Upswing Golf. Free ad.
Don't go check that out. Come on.
So this was a winner for you. This was considered something you got your eye on as a good product.
I got my eye on it. Like I said, I got 2 boys. And like you guys see this with shoes, like they need shoes like every 6 months. It's like they don't stop growing, and you just have to, So I thought this was interesting. I was gonna go right into another winner.
Okay, if you want to, it's your world. We're just living in.
I don't even know what you have, as far as what you're gonna show. So.
Well, I just have links to the things that you sent as your items. So I'm going to just scroll through whatever you call out. I'm going to pull up.
All right. So this next one is a little collab between Nike and Hyper Ice. So we all know Nike, right? Mm-hmm. Now Hyper Ice, you guys have probably seen, football players or some of these athletes that are wearing the leg like air
the hyperbaric chamber type.
Oh, God. Yeah. So Nike teamed up with Hyper Ice and developed this boot, I guess we'll call it. And so for golf, you can kind of put these on, and there's some sort of like they distribute heat and air, and I know I'm trying to
if you're listening to it, even if you're driving, get out your phone right now and Google Nike and Hyper Ice ultimate wearable technology for athletes, and you will get an idea of why this moon gear is very hard to describe with words.
Our attorney just texted me and wants you to know, actually, do not text or look anything up while driving. That is the official take from Plug. But go ahead, Adam.
Please. That was a joke.
So they offer heat and dynamic air compression for your ankles and feet, and they're used both like before you go out to play golf and post golf. And look, when we go on these trips and we're walking 36 holes a day, man, I saw this. I was like, this is it. This is it. This is what we need, guys.
Yeah, you had me at Hyper Ice. Let's go.
Well, if you weren't sold, I have a quote here pulled up on the website. I could tell the difference immediately, says golfer Tom Kim. I'm so much lighter on my feet after wearing the Nike X Hyper Ice boot in the morning. So Tom Kim, you heard it here first, folks. He is lighter.
Well, Tom Kim giving the endorsement there. I'm not sure maybe I'll put that on the not so good list.
What, dude? Can I be honest straight up? I still have no idea what the point of this thing is. It's just supposed to. It's insane.
I think it circulates the air and the temperature, as
it's
Adam
like It's like
It's
a
supposed to
Iron
warm
Man
up,
variant.
like loosen up your ankles and your feet and kind of prime you for the long days of walking on the course. And then
The
once you
heat
get
would-
off, you throw those things back on, and I'm sure it feels fantastic. Look, honestly, it's probably like 10 grand for like
You look
per
like such
boot.
an asshole.
I know. Yeah, we can't make fun of no laying up for hawking $16,000 launch monitors with a straight face. It's so portable. And now we're riding for
Look.
the $50,000 Iron Man vest to go
No,
get through a round
hey,
of golf.
but we're so early in this, right? Look, this will continue. This technology, we're early. It'll continue to evolve. We'll bring that price down a little bit, and
And
this
reading
will
what it
be
does, I don't know
this is-
what it costs, but it really shouldn't cost that much. It's basically just like compression massager almost in a way, specifically for your feet. And then the one, the chest one, the vest one is
I mean,
wild too.
you guys all have Theraguns, like
Yeah, that's true.
you
I'm sure
you
by
guys know
next
the
year,
info.
I'm sure by next year, probably by next pod, I'll be like, guys, I got a coupon code on the Hyper Ice. They're coming in this week. Yeah, I could see who's Brooks going to be out there training in one of those this year. Little activation. Rick Shields going to be out there filming a video with him. All right, let's keep this train moving. I'm good on the Hyper Ice. Next.
All right, you guys are going to be very excited about this next one. IXI. It is
Whoa.
a AI powered trolley that will you don't even have to touch it. You just walk and it follows you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it also has like a 3.5-inch screen that does like it tracks your shots, and I think it can even club you. And what's
And apparently it could just go out on the video here that's playing. It just going off the side of a green too.
yeah, so like it uses like GPS mapping and like AI like
What is that suction cup at crotch height that looks like a mouth? Does that just suck your? Does that just?
It's the ball
Never
cleaner.
mind. I realized Andrew was going to cut this halfway through it.
Yeah, so it's got like it's got some sort of camera system with it, and something that I was like curious about. So it just follows you, but I was like, hold on. So once it gets to the green, does it just follow you onto the green? And it's just
Even when you're not golfing, it's just following you all day.
So apparently, once you take your putter out of this bag, I don't know how it does it. I get it something to do with the camera system. Once you take your putter out, it immediately goes to the next tee box. It leaves you and goes to the next tee box.
What if you need something?
You better get.
What,
I hate
what are you
this.
gonna need? What are you gonna need?
You forgot your ball marker, your phone, your drink. I don't know.
A couple red
You
flags.
realized you were
website.
actually on the fringe and need your wedge.
The
I
key
love this.
features
Look.
as a red flag: the golf bag load capacity up to 20 kilograms. I'm an American dude. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't have any context of because then the picture has like 6 clubs in it. So
Yeah,
is
that could be
20 kilograms
nothing.
a good thing or a bad thing? The option to revert
Seems like a
to
lot.
I'll take your word for it. Option to revert to manual or electric mode using the screen in case of need. Wheels adapt to any terrain, high stability. These are the key features, though.
Faster
just
pace
seems-
of play.
Man, I know.
Effortless comfort.
Now I have definitely seen variants of these carts that are like automatic. So this one just takes it to the next level because it's got some
Yeah, it's got the whole
AI
stuff
built into it.
Yeah, it's about $5,000.
I'd classify this more as a growth space. I don't know if we're there yet. However, I could see it. I actually could see like a badass push cart that's pushing itself. It's telling you when to hydrate. It's giving you, I mean, if that screen had just the GPS going in, like where you weren't shooting a number ever,
Mm-hmm.
and it had all of that and it was like really good, I could see that being pretty awesome. Like not having to worry about a phone or an alternative device. It's just, you just look at it, you push your bag up, you see there's some
What they
there
really
there.
need, yeah, they just need the Tesla golf carts that just drive themselves and you can just walk next to it. But it
Yeah.
still has like the cool GPS monitor in it. It's out your bag. It's got a place for your drinks.
Yeah, Aaron,
Yeah,
hey,
I do think the shot tracking piece of it's kind of cool. I mean,
yeah, imagine collab these guys with no laying up. Throw a $16,000 unit on top of this bad boy coming at a 21,000
this
piece.
is 5,000.
That's what I'm saying. That collab 21,000 economy of scale, probably get it for 20 out the door. No, but okay. IXI, interesting name.
I can't explain why I hate it.
Is it these guys' faces in the promo video?
Yeah, I think it's the ad. Maybe it's the ad.
it's
just a laptop connected to. It's an iPad connected to a push cart, and now it's telling you what to do. Fuck
kind of
this
looks
thing.
cheap. It kind of looks cheap.
Yeah, it looks cheap. I don't like it.
Was this guy like?
All right.
Is that guy trying to fake it out? He like doing a signal behind his hand. It's like StreamYard.
It looks like it would fall
signals.
over easily.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like how you guys are just taking a dump on all the products that I've like.
That's
have
what I was hoping for.
You know.
All right, go.
This is
move
great
on.
though.
What's
But
the
you
next
know what?
one?
Hey, there can be no hate on this next one, especially from Mr. Goldie.
Okay.
This company is called PegMate.
Peg
And-
me?
Yeah,
Look,
Peg me?
Yeah, PegMate. The fact that they got the licensing on that before a couple other industries just blows my mind. But okay, PegMate. What is PegMate?
All right, so if anyone goes to a driving range that has mats, knows the pain of when you tee up your ball and hit your driver, your tee just flying off into tee graveyard, and like it's where me and Mr. Goldie go. They have a turf mats to hit off of, and I've lost literally all the lettuce tees that I got like this year from Mr. Goldie. Like I was like 100. I'm down to like 5, and it's all from the range.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, that is a real thing. Like if you're hitting off of a mat, especially where we're at, you basically lose a tee for every shot you hit. But guys, before I even talk about this product, I'm laughing my ass off. Do not do this while you're driving, but go to pegmate.se/en. So it's another overseas company. It's not, yeah. Just
And then
gave
watch your
everyone a
iPhone implode on
Give everyone a
itself.
But the best part, it has a video demonstrating the product, and the video is about 7 seconds long, and it just plays on the loop indefinitely of the same 2 golf shots of the damn. So it's just a tee that pegs in the ground that has like a little ropey piece of plastic to another tee, so the tee can't fly away.
A little
But it's
worm.
it's just a little worm. It's killing me.
The best products are affordable, simple, functional. This checks all the boxes for me.
This is not a consumer product. This is a business product for the courses that run ranges like this. They should provide that so you don't feel like the biggest dipshit on earth putting your little penis PegMate worm into the ground so that you don't have to search for tees, which is also the cheapest accessory in the game of golf. This is a crazy idea. This is
that is a good point. Yeah, you feel like now I go to one of these ranges that have a turf mat where you put the tees into the mat, because that's a newer thing. Yeah, those should just be your station. They should have stations that comes with a PegMate, just like an old school mat used to has the thingy majiggy. But you know, I'm making fun of it, but I'm clicking buy your PegMate right now because I need one of these.
Don't they allow you to tee off like in front of the mats though? You can actually go and grab.
Not at our course.
Not at ours.
That's bullshit.
Okay. So there's issues with space to the end of the range, and the funniest thing is there's grass to the right and left of it, and it's the same distance as hitting off the mat. But they'll have a starter come out and be like, you can't be hitting off the grass. You're gonna hit it over the fence. I'm like, it's the exact same distance, unless I got my squares on
3 yards.
Yeah, man. So these are made in Sweden.
You can get it in either 4 or 5 inches, or it's just sometimes it's 4 inches, sometimes it's 5 inches.
I don't speak Sweden.
That's a 4.5. That's what it is.
I really don't like that they're also like,
they use commas where we use periods. It's like the metric system.
I don't like that they're marketing this as like to use on the course. No, that's no. no. Please do not use this on the course on real grass. This is turf only.
This is literally. It does, all joking aside, kind of look like a little sex toy. Like it does. It's like, I don't know, it's freaking me out just looking at this thing close up. But it's just like a little piece of rubber. I mean, you can probably make this pretty
It just
easy.
looks like it wraps around.
No,
Wait,
I
is this
did-
how much it costs? I don't know what that means. Is
69
KR?
kilograms.
No, it's KR.
Fuck.
69
knows?
S
KR to USD.
69 SEK.
What?
It said SEK.
Wait, that can't be.
Oh,
That's-
so it's a tenth. So it's $6 for that.
Yeah, so okay, that makes sense. Good, thank you for doing the public math. It's a
You're
tenth
welcome.
of a dollar, so yeah, it's about $6 for one of those. I would pay $6 for one of those,
$7 close. Damn.
but am I gonna have to pay like overseas
$7 for a
shipping?
little rubber.
It did say it was child labor free. So
Better be.
Um,
They
they
have
had
to
to-
say that, or they'll
they
get
had- they
arrested
had to
selling
say
this shit.
well, yeah, you can't have kids making PegMates. There's enough going on. All right, so the
All right, what's
PegMate-
next?
Selfishly, I cheated in this game though, and I did have a couple that I found just in case you didn't see them. And one I wanted to bring up real quick, guys, was the lowercase design. It's called lowercase golf, the lowercase backpack, the golf backpack, the off.
And all of the font on the website is in lowercase.
It's all in
God,
lowercase
unreal.
and cursive. It is a backpack. Literally, guys, it is a backpack. Look it up, not while driving. And it is inspired by the urban golfer. Our patent pending golf bag is made for those who walk or bike to golf. Carry up your clubs as a backpack or use the, how do you say that? The pannier? Is that, am I going to be really embarrassed that I'm saying that out loud now? And attach it to your bike. It's a backpack, and it can holds up to 8 clubs. So it's definitely good if you only want to have 8 clubs. If you see the picture right now, looks like a guy's entering a train. Definitely no issues with the clearance of
Dude.
that driver on the fucking right of his.
It's at least 2 feet taller than the top of his head. So if you're
At
6
least.
feet, where are you going?
Yeah, it's.
Do you lean forward when you go in? Like nothing.
can't-
What are you
Can't
doing?
enter anything that's under 9 feet tall. You're just snapping shafts in half everywhere you're walking. And I get it that they're like saying that this is for the urban golfer. I'm like, dude, grab a Sunday bag and put it on your shoulder. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
You know what's kind of gross too is you don't want to be shoving your clubs in that bag constantly and just filled up with sand and shit.
It's
I-
just
The
I
club
like
heads
it.
are supposed to stick out.
What?
Of course
I love it.
what? Okay, Adam, what about this do you love?
no way involved.
I'm a big time backpacker. Okay. Yeah, like this looks so much easier than
Next stint of the Appalachian, you're going to be bringing your lowercase out there to have 8 clubs with you.
I might. It looks comfortable, and I would have loved to have this at Aaron Hills because this looks way more comfortable than throwing the slam bag over the shoulder. Look, you get two
Yeah, that
straps
probably
on each
balances
side.
really well when you take it off.
I'm not trying to be too critical of this picture, but I'm looking. This guy clearly has, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 irons because they have the same grip in there. And then there is some
The
other
wedge.
club with a completely different type of Golf Pride grip, and then a driver with a different variant of a Golf Pride grip. So we got 3 different types of grips. And he's only carrying 7 clubs. So he said, you know what? I'm going to do you one better. I don't care if you can hold 8. I'm going with 7 today. So I mean, I guess you got to pack light, depending on what your plan is. Wait, I just saw this. Whether you're heading to the driving range, simulator, par 3, or just looking for a better way, we're looking for a better way to carry half a set. I'll tell you guys, I've been golfing my whole life, and one problem statement I haven't been able to crack the code of is like, damn it, I don't have a convenient way to carry half a set of golf clubs, and these guys did it for them. So, look, they'll probably, you know what, they'll probably sell 50 million of these, and good on them. But one of the dumber products I feel like I've ever seen. Yeah, so I mean that's the PGA showcase in a nutshell. Adam, you shepherded us through just like a caddy would shepherd us through a round out at a public resort course. We saw some winners, or at least things you claim to be winners.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you guys did not see any winners.
I
I don't know.
personally-
I think I sold you on the PegMate.
the PegMate
Yeah.
is
You're getting one. I knew you'd get one.
the PegMate was the most practical. I just hate that it's Swedish and I have to do a conversion and then there's this shipping upcharge. I got an issue with that. So I may just find like a piece of string and tie it to a T. So might do that. That could probably. I guess you would need a weight on the other side.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of rednecks around. You guys, you probably have a tackle box.
Yeah. I'll get you a little bullet weight out there.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Any closing thoughts on the rundown? Golf is dead. We survived the snow. We moved on from Homer. We introduced Mulligan into our lives.
We did.
Other than that,
we're requesting Riv on the sim. What's the word?
I think it's time to just let this one go.
Please
Comment, like,
end it.
subscribe, and as always, we'll see you next week. And stay plugged. Peace.
Bye, lettuce heads.